To be completely honest with you, what I'm about to talk to you about right now is not going to apply to everybody. However, for those whom it does apply to, it is a very, very strong and very, very serious part of your life. So for all of you who need to hear this, I want to talk about falling asleep and how the practices of mindfulness can help you to fall asleep more quickly, more efficiently, and ultimately to sleep more soundly. The more soundly part is going to be in another video, so we're just touching upon it for right now. But in day 4 here of our 30 days of mindfulness benefits, I want to talk about the benefit that mindfulness practices bring in helping you to fall asleep. Okay? Now, first of all, those of you who do have what we might refer to as insomnia, right, which is the inability to fall asleep, most of you are probably also experiencing chronic stress. Okay, now, stress doesn't have to look like a panic attack, right? Stress doesn't have to look like something that is like drastic and throughout your whole moment by moment experience, right? Stress can be very, very subtle. But really what stress is doing to us is it's drawing our attention away, right? It's putting our attention on, for instance, thoughts that are maybe kind of scary and maybe kind of pessimistic and maybe kind of catastrophic. And it is when we stop, right, is when we're not doing something that our attention tends to just go into that space. Now, this is actually, there's a neurological, concept here, or reality here. What we're talking about is something called the default mode network, right? Where when we're in the default mode network is when we're not in a task-oriented activity. In other words, when we don't have to pay attention to something, our brains tend to go into a state of what neuroscientists and psychologists would call selfing, which is that it's all about us. But also not selfing about how awesome everything is about us, but rather we're going to find the things that trouble us, okay? Now, this both causes stress and is a result of stress, so it's sort of a cyclical kind of thing. We don't have to get too bogged down in it. But the point is that as we cultivate the ability, the skillfulness to be able to attend, to hold our attention here and now, we also develop the skill of not listening to all of those thoughts, of letting them just flow by the way they want to. And I can tell you from personal experience, okay, I used to lie awake for hours, and that is not an exaggeration. I'm talking about I would be up until 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, having to get up at 7 o'clock the next morning for work, okay? For me, I would self-medicate to try to change this. I would try to put myself to sleep with the help of alcohol or other recreational drugs. But of course, that we're going to get into the quality of sleep in another video, because the quality of sleep is very, very low if you're sort of anesthetizing yourself and tranquilizing yourself through, sedating yourself through these kind of substances, right? Yes, you'll get to sleep, but you're not going to get restorative sleep. Now, as I say, I used to do that on a nightly basis, every single night, hours and hours and hours. I would just lie there awake, staring at the ceiling, or tossing this way, tossing that way, tossing the other way, tossing this way, get up for a few minutes, come back in. And the thing is that and all of you know this, right? Those of you who experience this know, right? That if you know, right? That then breeds more tension. And it's like the longer we lie there, the less apt we are to fall asleep. Now, there's even a mindfulness meditation practice called the body scan, which actually is a means of falling asleep. That's not the purpose of it. However, the U.S. Air Force uses a form of the body scan to get their pilots and, special forces and stuff like that to fall asleep very quickly. Some of those, when you're in the military and stuff, sometimes you might have like 45 minutes right now. That's what you got. So you have to be able to fall asleep within, seconds. and they use a form of meditation called that is very similar to what's called the body scan in order to achieve this. Now, the body scan is something it's very simple as the name suggests. It's basically just scanning your body. Right? It's just, you can start from the toes and come up to the top of your head, or you can start from the top of your head and go down to your toes. Basically, you're just bringing your attention to each one of these areas of your body slowly and surely. Now, you can do a body scan over the course of hours, okay? Or you can do it over the course of about 10 minutes. Most of my clients, okay, who do the body scan while they're lying in bed, they don't get past like the halfway point before they fall asleep, okay? And as I started to say, and I think I digressed, that for me, I no longer am awake for any more than like 10 minutes when I go to bed. Okay, it's amazing. It really is amazing, and it is truly life-changing. And that's why I'm happy to call this the benefit number 4 of the 30 days and 30 benefits of mindfulness. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, you want to know more about the practice of the body scan, I can send you instructions. I'd be happy to do so. Just reach out. You can either DM me or leave a comment below. All right? Thank you very much, everybody. I wish you well, and I hope you get some good sleep tonight. And if you can, try to practice some mindfulness. All right, everybody. Take care. See you tomorrow.